Lately, Instagram and I haven't really been getting along, and it's getting to the point where I'm considering deleting the application altogether.
Wait, what if there were a way for me to continue using Instagram without having to go to Instagram?
Currently, whenever I open the app, I go there to post something, and then somehow 20 minutes later, I find myself watching someone build a tiny house for a hedgehog. And that somehow becomes my highest priority at that given moment in time. I don't want to go to Instagram anymore. I don't want to even open up the application, but I do want to continue to post to Instagram. I do want to continue to support my friends and share their posts of my stories. So what's the solution here? Well, I'm going to use Claude Code and Airtable.
So I think I can use Claude to help me build an Airtable base that integrates with Instagram via its API.
I'm going to build something that allows me to continue to post to Instagram and also to share my friends' posts to my stories without ever actually having to go to Instagram.
So the process is pretty simple. I just open up Claude and I tell it what I want to build. I create a new Airtable base, give it access, tell it the plan, and it just executes it flawlessly. Let's have a look at how this thing works. So I went into Claude. I prompted my way through this, had a little bit of back and forth with Claude Code. I'm able to track certain accounts that I input into the system. So for example, you can see that I have, this account, Jacob Collier. I'm tracking his posts here, and I can see that because I have it toggled on. You can see I'm also tracking Flying Lotus. For each one of these Instagram accounts that I'm tracking, I can click on View Captured Posts. And you can see for Flying Lotus, I have captured one of his posts so far since I started running this system. Then I can click into it and I can see the details of this post. I can even open it up on Instagram if I really want to go there, which I don't, but I'm just showing you this as an example. So I'm tracking all these different artists here. Some of these are personal acquaintances of mine. Like this guy here, this is a beat maker from Kiev that I've been following for quite some time. And you can see that the system picked up one of his recent posts, and this was actually shared to my story automatically without my involvement. You can see that this post was analyzed by the system and that it was approved to be posted to my stories. The AI deems that the topic is about releases and promotion. There's a decision reasoning section here. It says, this is a clear promotional post for a festival performance event. The artist Klim is announcing their appearance at this festival on June 13th. It gives some, further details of the analysis of this post. It even suggests a comment that I could respond with if I wanted to, using AI. I have certain prompts that I use to generate those comments. It has a publication state. It was shared in my story. So how does that work? So I have another section down here where I have the filters or the topic rules. And this is sort of like the gate that decides what can be shared to my stories automatically and what gets filtered out. So I have 5 allows and 1 disallow. So these are my current allows. So anything related to release and promotion from collaborators, I'm going to allow. Anything related to music production and studio life, these are interests of mine, so I'm going to allow that. Any work of art, anything promoting the user or the artist's works, productions, anything in the AI and tech culture commentary space. So posts that observe, joke about, or react to AI or tech culture, I'm a fan of that, so I'd like to, to repost that material as well. I have 1 disallow, and that is politics. So anything political about like elections, parties, politicians. For now, for the time being, I have that on the disallow because I haven't taken the time yet to really go in and fine tune it so that those types of topics can be handled according to my taste, right? And then you can also see like how many posts met the criteria and were allowed through. So since I launched this, the releases and promotion from collaborators has had 17 hits. So one improvement that I want to make to this application is I actually want to be able to click on the rule and I want to be able to see the posts that met the criteria and were allowed through. Just to show you how easy it is to work with Claude Code to update the Airtable interface, I'm going to do it right now. So I'm going to go over to Claude Code and I'm going to record what I want, and then Claude is going to execute. So in the allowed topics filter section, I'd like to be able to click on the different filters and see all of the posts that met the criteria of that particular topic. So please expand the details, show a card for each post that met the criteria, show the thumbnail for that, the artist associated with it, so that I can cycle through them and click in for more details as I desire. All right, so I'm sending that over and let's see what it does. Pretty confident that it's going to go well. So it says going to make every topic card expandable. Clicking on it reveals a cover flow carousel of every monitored post that matched that topic with click through to the full detail modal. Refactoring first so that the track can be embedded without its own panel wrapper. Now rebuilding the topic rules plus topic card with the expandable carousel and the post detail modal. Nice. All this fancy talk essentially is doing what I'm asking it to do. So while that's doing its thing, I actually just want to show you some more of the app here. So here, when we click on this, we can see all the monitored posts in the system. And you can also view them as a carousel and then click into the details. So this is one that, made it through the filter. So this matches the studio life topic showing producer work. This is a beat maker that I really like that I follow on Instagram, who I would be more than happy to support. So most of the stuff that this guy posts, I'd like to have the system automatically repost it to my stories, which it did in this case 11 hours ago. Just some other posts from creators that I follow. This guy right here is my brother-in-law. He recently had a song of his get featured on the WWE, which is a pretty significant thing. And that actually made it through the filter and was reposted to my stories. Let's see if I can actually find that post. Yeah, this right here. So the caption is, I wrestled on WWE TV in 2018. Fast forward, I have my music playing on WWE TV in 2026. LOL. So yeah, congrats to Kevin on that. That's pretty cool. Really happy that the automation put this through. Very proud. Decision reasoning, the post explicitly celebrates the creator's music being featured on the WWE TV in 2026, which constitutes promotion of their musical work achieving placement/sync success. We can open it on Instagram and see it. Yeah. Awesome. So I'm definitely happy that the system selected that. So it says that the changes are made. So let's release the changes. All right, so I'm going to go down to the filter. There we go. So I can view all of the posts that met the criteria for this allow item. And there they are right there. So all 17 of the posts that met the criteria of that one. The one that I showed you earlier from this producer in Kiev, Klim, is there. This guy Tone Flow is an artist that I recently worked with from Philly. So proud to support his stuff and automatically repost that for sure. Yeah, just lots of artists that I really dig. Jeffrey is great, cool rapper as well from Philly. Really liking this. Like if I go to my stories, let's see what it picked up recently, like what's there right now. So yeah, you can see like this one producer that I showed you earlier, it reposted his post to my stories. You can go find that one. So if I go to the dashboard, recent activity, it shows you, what was recently approved, what was recently rejected. There's this one right here. This is the one with Tone Flow that was reposted. So automation is working really well. There's also functionality, of course, to post my own stuff, right? But I don't even want to get into that now. I mean, the highlight of this whole thing for me has just been the automation around promoting my friends and the people who I support. It's nice because I no longer have to go to Instagram. I no longer get sucked into the algorithm and start doom scrolling. I can kind of just enter what I want up front, give it some guardrails, and it does the reposting and the promotion for me. It's really a beautiful thing.